Look, I gotta ask, have you noticed what's been happening in the darker corners of the internet lately? A pristine, full Spider-Man trailer just dropped out of absolutely nowhere. We are talking about a massive, completely unexpected leak that sent absolute shockwaves across the entire fandom. But here's the crazy part. It was scrubbed clean from almost every single platform just as quickly as it appeared. I mean, it was a highly suspicious, almost terrifyingly efficient disappearance from the internet. So what are we actually dealing with here? Was this a colossal, embarrassing backroom mistake by some intern with access to the wrong servers? Or are we looking at one of the most calculated, genius marketing moves of our time? Let's break down exactly what is going on behind the scenes of this massive cinematic universe and why this specific trailer drop kind of changes everything about how we look at movie hype.
So the core question we absolutely must ask ourselves is this: are multi-billion-dollar movie studios actually leaking their own trailers? Now, I know, it sounds like a pure conspiracy theory at first, but when you really look at how the modern entertainment industry operates, you start to realize that controlling the narrative isn't just a part of the job. Actually, scratch that. It is the entire job. If you want to build unprecedented, world-stopping hype, sometimes those official, polished press release channels just aren't enough. They're a bit boring, right? Sometimes, to get millions of people talking all at once, you need to manufacture a little chaos. You need to make the audience feel like they've stumbled onto something strictly forbidden. The 4K trailer drop. Think about the sheer size and the intense security around a 4K video file for a blockbuster movie. Usually, when something in Hollywood leaks, what does it look like? It's someone recording a monitor with a shaky phone camera in a dark room, there's a guy coughing in the background, or it's a heavily watermarked, super low resolution clip. But a pristine, full 4K resolution file right before its official planned release date on the 17th. Releasing a flawless 4K master file into the wild is incredibly unusual for some random outside hacker. It practically forces us to look at how these massive files are handled internally, and honestly, to question if this pristine drop was actually a deliberate, highly orchestrated gift to the internet, just to set the stage. 24. Because within exactly 24 hours, the digital landscape completely changed. Every trace of the trailer, every massive Reddit thread breaking it down frame by frame, every single downloaded mirror link, aggressively wiped. I was literally looking for it myself, and posts were vanishing in real time right before my eyes. This wasn't your standard, slow, automated DMCA copyright takedown. No, this was a highly coordinated, incredibly rapid hit. It tells us that whoever is managing this property has immense power, endless resources, and was standing by with their finger hovering over the delete button. But you gotta wonder, why let it sit for exactly long enough to go massively viral and then rip it away?
The cinematic anchor. To understand the why, we have to take a step back and look at the massive franchise itself. Spider-Man is the absolute cinematic anchor of this entire universe right now. If we look at the broader picture, many of the other overarching storylines and newer characters they've introduced recently they're currently struggling to find their footing. The box office just isn't what it used to be across the board. Spider-Man is the billion-dollar life raft. He is the guaranteed crowd pleaser that keeps the entire overarching storyline afloat and keeps these massive audiences consistently engaged. Without this specific anchor hitting $1 billion, the wider cinematic universe really risks losing its momentum entirely. Recreating the No Way Home effect. Because of that immense, universe-altering pressure, the studio desperately needs to artificially manufacture a very specific feeling. They need to recreate the exact same level of monumental, earth-shattering hype we saw leading up to No Way Home. Think back to that era for a second. The internet was practically vibrating with excitement. The theater reactions to 3 Spider-Man were legendary. People were screaming, jumping out of their seats. If they can recreate that exact lightning in a bottle, they know for an absolute fact that the tickets will sell out globally. They have to put in an immense amount of effort to ensure this brand new project generates that same overwhelming must-see cultural event status. Building to Secret Wars and Doomsday. And it's not just about this one single movie either. These specific leaks act as absolutely crucial, calculated building blocks to maintain audience investment leading up to massive future crossover events on the horizon, specifically Secret Wars and Doomsday. Right now, the overarching narrative is setting up these massive conflicts that are going to require every hero they have. They don't need to bring them all into the spotlight right this second, but they absolutely must maintain our long-term investment. By leaking specific frames and hinting at multiversal characters crossing over in the Spider-Man film, they're playing a 5-year-long game to keep us hooked for the ultimate climax. Blurry logos, frame-by-frame stills, full 4K release, immediate deletion. Just look at this precise, slow-burn timeline of how the information dripped out to the public. It started weeks ago with fuzzy, blurry logos spotted on filming sets. Then, suddenly, the logos mysteriously cleared up. Next came the quote-unquote leaked, frame-by-frame stills of the new suits.
Finally, it culminated in the flawless 4K drop, and boom, immediate deletion. Guys, that is a carefully choreographed dance. It's not a random chaotic dump of stolen files. It's a precise formula that slowly turns up the heat on the fandom over weeks until it completely boils over right before the official drop.
The curiosity gap, the psychological space between what we know and what we desperately want to know. This whole situation preys on a very specific psychological trigger. By ripping that 4K trailer from the internet, they triggered a massive wave of FOMO, fear of missing out. The people who missed it have this desperate, agonizing itch to know what secrets were hidden inside it. And the people who did see it, well, they feel like they hold forbidden knowledge, and they literally can't stop bragging and analyzing it. That psychological space between what we know and what we desperately want to know, that is exactly where the hype machine breathes and grows the strongest. Step 1, spark curiosity. Step 2, deny officially. Step 3, let fandom do the marketing. Let me explain the intricate mechanics of this brilliant marketing engine. It operates in 3 distinct, highly effective steps. First, you spark curiosity with a perfectly timed, seemingly accidental leak. Second, you deny it entirely. Provide absolutely no official announcements, no confirmations, just pure radio silence. And third, you let the fandom do all the heavy lifting. I mean, we're the ones who write the newsletters, we make the hour-long breakdown videos, we fill up our group chats with crazy theories. The studio doesn't have to spend a single dime on advertising when the community itself is generating millions of dollars worth of organic hype entirely on its own.
Wait, is Hulk returning? What is Sandy Singh's character doing? When you let the fans take over, the imagination just runs completely wild. Suddenly we're out here asking, wait, is Hulk returning in a brand new look? What exactly is Sandy Singh's character doing in this movie? Are we getting 3 different multiversal Spider-Men again? Because there is a total lack of official announcements, the void is immediately filled with massive, epic speculation. This intentional confusion is literally a weapon. It allows the audience to build a movie up in their own heads to a level of epic proportions that a standard, officially sanctioned press release could never, ever possibly achieve.
Scenario A, the PR masterstroke. So, we are going to transition into exploring the very real possibility that this entire sequence of leaks is a deeply calculated, intentional public relations stunt.
It's just made with Photoshop.
We have heavy historical precedent for this level of public deception. Think back to Andrew Garfield flat out denying his involvement right to our faces during the press tour, claiming leaked images were just made with Photoshop, and famously yelling, "I'm not the werewolf." Deception is a standard, weaponized marketing tool in this industry. Until we are literally sitting in the theater and the lights go down, we cannot trust anything we hear, and we certainly can't trust the official studio denials. The denial is just part of the script they are acting out for us. Drip feed marketing. Let's analyze this for a second, because this is the absolute essence of drip feed marketing. It's about releasing tiny, unofficial glimpses into the wild. A rumor drops about a brand new symbiote costume. A blurry photo of a specific haircut hits a forum. An unmarked logo on a set that clearly links back to the Amazing Spider-Man 2 universe is quote-unquote accidentally photographed by a drone. By drip feeding these unofficial crumbs from different threads and different alleged leakers, you build this chaotic, irresistible hype machine that keeps the audience in a perpetual state of anticipation. Scenario B, the security catastrophe. Now, we have to pivot our deep dive to the alternate reality. What if this isn't a brilliant stunt, but an absolutely massive, embarrassing failure of back-end cybersecurity? High-level encryption failure. If a full, pristine 4K trailer for the biggest movie of the year is just sitting on a server and someone grabs it, that points to a high-level encryption failure. These massive studios don't just use standard cloud storage and basic passwords like you or me. They hire top-tier security agents, they keep things on air-gapped drives, they use extreme, military-grade encryption to lock down these folders. Bypassing that means the files were either left shockingly vulnerable, or someone found a catastrophic backdoor into a billion-dollar asset, which is terrifying for the studio. The GTA 6 precedent. And look, we know for a fact that catastrophic security breaches do happen to the biggest companies in the entertainment industry. Just look at the GTA 6 precedent. That massively anticipated, heavily guarded game suffered a full, devastating trailer leak. The creators were forced to literally rush their official release just to get ahead of the hackers and reclaim their own narrative. It proved that no matter how big the company, the systems absolutely can be compromised. It's entirely possible the Spider-Man team woke up to find themselves in the exact same frantic, reactive position. So we arrive at a really crucial question. Are the digital firewalls actually failing, or are rogue employees leaking it? Could this just be an inside job? It's highly probable that a mischievous employee, someone with a little too much curiosity and direct access to the highly secured servers, just decided to hit upload to watch the internet burn. Human error is always the weakest link in any cybersecurity chain. All it takes is one person taking a flash drive home to completely bypass millions of dollars of digital security. The ultimate verdict. So, bringing all these mysterious threads together, what is our definitive conclusion on what is actually happening behind the Hollywood curtain? Movies don't leak. Trailers do. There's a critical piece of logic here that I want to point out, and it kind of seals the deal for me. Movies don't leak. Trailers do. Think about it. Have you ever seen a massive 2.5-hour blockbuster film leak in its entirety in perfect HD quality weeks before its theatrical release? Almost never. The final films are locked down incredibly tight. But for some magical reason, these 2-minute promotional trailers frequently, consistently, and conveniently leak in high quality right when the hype is needed the most. That selective vulnerability, yeah, it is highly, highly suspicious. The most brilliant PR strategy of the modern era. I am firmly of the belief that this is not a security flaw at all. I believe this is an intentional, masterful manipulation by the PR team. Releasing it in perfect 4K, deleting it to create massive FOMO, letting the fans spin wild theories about Hulk and the multiverse, it is all entirely by design. They're creating unprecedented market hype to secure box office dominance, and honestly, it stands as the most brilliant PR strategy of the modern era. They know exactly what they are doing, and they know exactly how we're going to react. Are we being played, or are we happily playing along? That's the final lingering question we're left with as consumers in this grand Hollywood hype machine. We know the machine manipulates us, but honestly, isn't that part of the fun of being a movie fan? We love the mystery, we love the leaks, and we absolutely love the intense anticipation of the unknown. So the next time you see a blurry logo pop up online or mysteriously deleted 4K video, ask yourself, is this a mistake or just the opening act of the greatest show on earth? Keep your eyes open.